Okay. Alright. Let's see. What else can we do? Unfortunately, starting out here as opposed to somewhere where there's more action going on immediately, the play can be kind of slow until we start moving into Scotland, and then it'll get obscenely fast and quick and hard. Um, um, yeah, this is going to be kind of a waiting game to see what happens. Yeah. And you can see our prestige and piety keep ticking up, so it's not like we're idle here. Our score has continued to rise. Oh, and actually, if our Tanis is at 20, okay, well, let's do this really fast. So he has envious as a trait. We don't want him to have envious as a trait. We'll talk to him about kindness. And he gained the kind trait. Awesome. Mayor Philip has some interesting ideas on how to improve the economy. That's pretty good. 5 years of a 100% technology spread. Let's do it. Okay, yeah, so one of the things I was going to see was if our steward should be replaced with our son, which I think he should. And I'm going to have him research tech. Okay. And I'm not really going to concern myself with this. Although it does pose yet another hike in unfavorability. But it looks like we're fairly favorable among our court here. There's some people who don't like us. Let's give up the gold and get some piety. And again, like I said, this is just, unfortunately, a waiting game. Exciting things will come down the line here in just a few. And we're inching ever closer to becoming the King of Ireland. We have 5, so if Kildare would be 6, Connacht would be 7, and Dublin would give us enough. Because then we would have, well, actually, no, just Kildare and Connacht will be enough to become the Kingdom of Ireland. Or Kildare and Dublin, whatever we decide. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and offer him vassalization and see if he takes it. He's not. Okay. Okay, so he's asking for a fief of his own. Let's go ahead and promise to arrange it. If we take over Kildare, he can take it. So this son has become ambitious. I think that's a bad idea. Okay, so same one now is come up with Gregarious. Do we want him to have Gregarious? Yeah, there's no real downside to having it. So we can have him gain 5 prestige, and opinions go down with him for 5 years, so until he becomes of age, which isn't all that important, but he would still have Gregarious because he would still have it. We could gain 5 piety and have nothing happen unless he gains shy. Or we can have him potentially gain shy, potentially lose gregarious, or no effect. This is obviously the bad option. I don't know why you would do this unless you want to... well, okay. Well, let's just talk about this for a second. There's two schools of thought on how to raise children in this game. There's the power gaming. Well, there's more than two, but the two main ones are power gaming your kids so they become the highest stats with the best traits, so that they can become essentially just great rulers and counselors. The other is to really take care of your first heir and then treat your other kids like crap so they turn out terribly, so that they don't have the power with which to rebel against you. And I feel like the former is better than the latter, not just because of morality, but also because of that it just doesn't make sense to do that. I'm thinking that there are probably secession rules that make it more tenable to do that, but I can't really think of any off the top of my head. So here, I think we already know that he has gregarious. We're going to give him 5 prestige. Okay. So these notifications come up. These are just flavor. So basically what this says is that there is a group of Arab... there's an Arab holy order now called the Hashashins, who are people who are who Muslim rulers can essentially pay piety to fight against Christian rulers with. Okay. 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so we can just do that. Our court chaplain died. That's not great because he actually had a pretty decent score, if I remember right. His was like 18 or something like that, but 13 isn't too bad. We can deal with that. And let's have him research some cultural tech. And let's look at tech now, since it's been a few months. Tolerance, religious customs. Oh, that actually, we'll raise that. And trade practices? We don't really use that all that much, so we don't have to force that up. Alright, let's look at our military. Wow, our military will be quite large as we keep building this up. We'll need it to be large, though, because as we go against, say, England or Scotland, they're also going to have fairly large armies that we'll need to take care of. And honestly, now we can talk a little bit about long-term strategy here. So we could take over Wales first and just use boats to go across the channel here and just assault the hell out of Wales. But I think the best bet is to go after Scotland first. It will take a couple of generations to take over Scotland. But when we do, we now have this huge amount of land with just a massive amount of resources. And I think, hopefully, once we have both kingdoms under our hands, we can then just swoop down and take the rest. Hopefully within 1 generation, so that we can just create the empire all at once and be done with it. Okay, so I also brought up the military thing to look over to see if there's anything else we could do. So he likes to Pope more Dunlog. Ooh, it's very close. So we could give him a gift, for example, or award him an honorary title of High Almoner. That sounds great. That way we get some troops. Okay, and then this guy, Brian, He, again, that's very close too. So let's give him a gift. Nothing like bribing some clergymen for them to send some men to die. Let's take a look here. Who else? This guy doesn't. Sen Phalid. Maybe a gift will help? That's cutting it close. So if we also give him Master of the Horse, I think that'll give enough for him to like us more. Yeah. Oh no, I'm infirm? Oh no, 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 no. That gives you a minus to everything. And that makes my domain too big. So, what I'll need to do is give my son one of these counties. But I'm not going to do that yet. Because I want to make sure that he marries this girl. Since she has quick. Although maybe we should reconsider this. So we can break this betrothal. It'll give us a minus hit to this one count. So it's not going to hurt us. But if we can't find anyone better than her, that is going to really be bad. But I mean, she's not. It's not that great. I mean, yeah, she has quick, and her stats are okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and break the betrothal so you can get married now, so that I can do that. And now let's go ahead and look and see who we can marry. Let's look for some inheritable traits first. Just scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. I also don't want to wait too long either. Ooh, but there's a genius. He'll wait 7 years, though, for her. Unfortunately, all the inheritable traits generally get picked up really fast, so it's hard to come across them with people who are over the age of, say, like 15. Alright, there's one that's quick. Another strong one. That doesn't sound too bad. Although they have a negative because he's humble and she's proud. Sorry, folks. I'm just playing around my options here. Do I want a dwarf? No. Alright. I saw the one genius who was 8, so that's the one we're going to take. Or that's the one we're going to betroth. Because having genius in your bloodline, pretty great. I had one where it was husband and wife were both geniuses in a game, and the stats were just out of this world. Okay, let's look at his stats. Sorry, I just knew what was already going to happen there, that we were going to get someone to come in. So let's take a look. He has a 20 over a 21. That's not good enough. So he's going to just be in our thing. So who's the other one that just came in? Him. He's a eunuch. He doesn't really have any stats that, yeah, that fit. So, all right. So we're gonna go without with this domain size being too big, and that's unfortunate. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to do that because he has infirm, which really hurts us. But the upside to the to this is I get to talk about what happens if your domain size is too big. So your taxes go down, and your vassals' opinions do deteriorate over time. For example, if we look here, domain too big, -10. So it's a big deal. But a bigger deal is making sure that that he marries the right person. Oh, so one thing we can do, actually, now that I think about it, is we could land my daughter here. So she's going to marry into this guy. Okay, so we could give her a title, and that would keep my son in my court. I think I'm going to do that. So I need to figure out which one of these do I want to give her, and I think I'm going to give her ossuary. So let's do that. Oh, I can't. That is unfortunate. But I can grant it to her husband. And basically what that'll help, or that will do, is he will have it, and since it's a matrilineal marriage between him and my daughter, any children that they have will inherit it, and it'll stay in my dynasty. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, they also definitely have to have children, because if they don't, this is the risk that I just took. If I don't, it's going to pass out of my realm, and it's going to become part of Brittany. So it's ultra important that they have children. Yeah. It looks like we lost our court chaplain because he was the bishop of that county. Ugh, all these are pretty bad. So let's bring in a holy man under intrigue here, and let's see if he's good enough. Nope. How about another one? Nope. Alright, one more. Let's see. These are costing me 5 piety. Alright, that one's a 10. That's not bad. Alright, we'll take it. I mean, all they're doing is researching cultural technology anyway. Okay. No factions, that's good. Okay, let's continue on. Wow, okay, a bunch of stuff happened. She just became spy master, and honestly that's a bad idea. You shouldn't have spouses be your spy master, or any of your other council members if you're a female ruler, because they don't add their stats twice. So that actually is not a great solution for him. Might be in the roleplay, but it's not in reality a good solution. Okay. Come on. You can fabricate that claim. Fabricate that claim. Come on. I guess while we wait, let's see what else is happening. So England is really large and must have won that first war between Norway and Brittany. Do I want to give him Ormond? No. With his whining, he might give up on... oh, man. I really don't like this. So I'm going to have to give him Ormond. Very well. That's not going to be that great, but so be it. I think he's probably still... and we lost our steward, who was a really... yeah, we want him as steward. We should really see if he is still betrothed. Okay, he still is. What'll be interesting to see is if he still marries her. We still have to wait 6 years here. Okay, so he was inspecting damage. Cathlon is the middle child, the one with the club foot. Okay, so we could let him be curious, and he could fall out of the window that's 50 up. He has a 50% chance of gaining honest, 35% chance of brave. Both of those are pretty decent. 10% chance of being wounded and 5% chance of being maimed, which is not good. We could teach him a lesson, which means we just push him out, or like let him fall, and there's actually a 20% chance that he'll die. And this is not good because his opinion is going to go down by a bunch, and he's going to be maimed, definitely, which will hurt quite a bit. And we can strictly forbid him to do it, which he'll either get deceitful or craven. So our best bet's this, even though there's a chance he could get maimed and his opinion of us is going to go down a lot. But that's the way we should go. And again, brave. Okay, church wants to organize a miracle play. Yeah, we'll give him the piety. The piety. Alright, so it sucks that we had to give up Ormond. But we now have the claim on Kildare, which we're going to use. Okay, so now that we've used it, we can move him to Connacht. That will be the next place. Then we declare war on Kildare. And then let's raise our armies. And move them all to Ossory. That seems to be about the middle spot here. Oh. Alright, so it looks like he wants a fight. Well, he's gonna get a fight. Yeah, she wants me to get rid of my spy master. No. No, thank you. She'll get a minus but that's okay. Alright, so that was a huge win for us, and hopefully this will be too. Alright, so I guess he was also at war with Brefen, but I guess it was kind of advantageous for us for that to happen for us, but okay. But that's okay, because we have a larger army than both of them, and we can also hire mercenaries if needed. Oh, we'll just go ahead and take this too. And after we're done with that, we'll take Connacht as well. And it looks like we might actually fulfill our... all this is coming really fast, so we might actually fulfill our ambition to become King of Ireland here. So let's see here. We could gain Cynical, or we could gain some learning and gain some piety. So let's do that. I'm totally fine with them fighting. They are besieging our land here, but that's okay. Let them try. Okay, so, oh, okay. Why do we leave the peasant off? Okay, so there's a 70% chance still gain kind or just, and this one has a 70% chance of kind or arbitrary, so obviously we want just over arbitrary. We look here, arbitrary is nothing but negative, and just is pretty positive. So we're going to go with that, and he gained kind. Okay, so we won that, and actually we can go ahead and offer peace and try to enforce our demands. We gain Kildare. We're still at war with Brefen because they are trying to gain Kildare. So let's go ahead and just crush their army, and that should be it. And we should win this handily. Yeah. Alright, and let's just go ahead and continue to crush them, because that's the only way we'll get them to stop here. And now King Patrick is also incapable. So, yes. So he's still king. Nope, he died. Alright, so all this happened all at once. The son, the Tanis that I had selected, is now king, the petty king. But because he died before he could press the claim against Connacht, he did not inherit it. So it's a good thing this pauses the game, because there's a ton of stuff that needs to happen, and this is our first secession. And I'm going to stop the episode here. And then the next episode, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you everything that I take care of after a character dies. Because there's a lot of things you want to check. There's a lot of turmoil that can happen inside of your kingdom when the ruler dies. If you don't pay attention to it, it could come back and bite you. Especially in it's not so bad in things like elective monarchies or tanistries, but if you're in, say, Gavelkind, there's a lot of changes that could happen. If we had Gavelkind, we would have 7 title changes here, but we don't. So they don't change, but there are other changes. Everything we knew about of our vassals' opinions are completely different, because they're no longer against Patrick, they're against Auger, right? Or Auger, or Auger. Let's say Auger. So that we'll need to pay attention to. So all of that is going to come in the next episode. So until then, thanks for watching, and see you soon.